And so, Olena, over to you.
Thank you
And
so
welcome.
much for introducing me. I'm so happy to be with you here today. And today I'm going to share my story. And because for me, coaching means a lot. And I am so enthusiastic about coaching and how it works. And for me, this is something that helped me to go through many challenges and many experiences that I had during last 3 years and maybe 2 years more intensive. And I'll give you some ideas where we can use it as a coaches, and especially I'll emphasize a few moments about being as a client to my coach, how it helped me. And I have a presentation, so I'll share some few pictures and slides, and I would be very happy when Andrea will ask me questions or you will ask me questions. I'm happy to answer. So, and this is what I have for today.
Just
Mm-hmm.
fantastic.
So it works. Perfect. And my first slide is where I'm from. I came from Ukraine, and I wasn't prepared for that time, for that day that happened to me. Sorry. Uh, in February 2022. And in that moment, I was in Kiev. I was working in a business school as a business consultant, as a coach. And my parents, they were in Odessa. And my idea was that I have to go to stay with my parents, and I have to go 50 kilometers south, 500 kilometers south, but it wasn't safe. It was so dangerous in that moment, and I started to move closer to Poland. I stayed a few days in Lviv, then I went to Poland. I stayed in Krakow, and my idea was to go to Romania and then to Moldova and then to meet my parents, but my parents, they told me that they will be okay. And they told me, now you can start living your life how you want, what you want. And um, all world started to be open in front of me. But I was stressed, I was shocked. And I think coaching helped me a lot in the community, and also people on my way, they were talking to me all the time. They were messaging me, texting me, and coaches from all over the world. And especially one of my friends from London, she was always on the phone with me. She was always supporting me, and she was asking me questions: where you want to go, what do you want to do, so what will be your next destination, how you want to live your life. And first of all, the basic needs I realized had to be covered. So I have to live somewhere, I have to earn money, I have to be somewhere. And my first destination was Italy. I spent there some time. I spent there 3 months, and then I started to work on bigger plans. Because the language issue was huge for me. It wasn't enough to talk in English, so I had to know Italian. And the next destination was Ireland, and I've been there 4 months, and I'm so happy that I had opportunity to spend there this time, and people who were with me there, people, they were so supportive. And Irish people, this is my love for everybody, because this is something that I felt how just we can be supported when something is happening. And After that, I moved to Toronto in October 2022. If you have questions, please let me know.
Questions in the chat? Anybody? Okay. So, Olena, that was the first big change. But what got you into coaching? What was the backstory to who Olena was before?
I prepared a timeline, like bullets, where what inspired me, what created me as I am right now. So I graduated the university, and it was the philosophy faculty, culture. So I got my master's in culture and art, and I started to work in advertising industry, in event marketing agencies, and I worked there around 12 years. And the end of my event career, I think marketing career, was I started my own business. But altogether with my career, I joined the meditation group, and I found people, I found method, I found knowledge that gave me a lot of meanings and sense, and a lot of changes started in my life thanks to join meditation group. And that was a volunteering movement. So I became a trainer in meditation, and then I realized that I have to help people. So I started to do trainings for Ukrainians on meditation. I went to India 10 times as a trainer and translator. So it helped me to practice English, and I can and also I create a lot of connections from people all over the world, and this community helped me a lot during the transition point, like my transition to Canada, and people were helping me on my way here. And mm, that was something that was always with me together. So my desire to help people, to share knowledges, to share practice, technique. And when I had my business and I was a business owner, I joined the coaching, group coaching for business. And I really realized that this is something that where I want to work, because it absolutely reflects my personality. And I sold my business and I joined the team of that business school where I got my first experience of group coaching as a coordinator. And then COVID started. After COVID, I started to learn, and I completed a lot of trainings on self-development and, of course, coaching. I did around 500 hours with clients because I was so motivated. I was so into getting knowledge and give to myself uh, also understanding how it works. And I also wanted to share. This is something that I wanted to do. And yeah, and then I joined the um, company in Kiev. They they were, and even now they are, best business school in Kiev. And that was interesting story because before that moment, I applied there 4 times, and I didn't get any respond. And in 2021, I got a response from HR, and she invited me to interview, and then I joined a team as a business consultant and coach. So I would say in the beginning of February of 2022, in the beginning of the year, I had everything what I wanted to have. And that was thanks to coaching, because I was working on myself with my coach, and I was creating a plan. I was creating a vision where I want to go. And then the big changes happened.
Elena, before you get to the big changes, can I just ask you, because it's such an important part of the change in your story, when you, after you had applied to the business school 4 times, what was the difference and how did you bring coaching in to the almost at the time when you applied for the 4th time?
Mm.
How did the visioning help?
First of all, I knew that I want to work with the best people, with the best company, and I followed this company in Instagram, and I saw their lifestyle. I saw their what their life in office, and it's really I admire them. And the difference was that I was 100% self-confident that I can do it, that I have everything what I need to be a part of the team. Maybe before that, I just wanted a job. That was one way of getting a job. But when they invited me and when they hired me, I was 100% confident that I'm the right person for this position.
Okay, and then what happened next?
And then uh, the when you're getting used that you don't have a job anymore, so because company cannot work, because businesses are not working anymore, and I need to find something where I have to leave, and I didn't know what I want to do. And what I realized that I have to ask questions, and I have to work on my vision, and I have to create it. But I was also stressed, and something that helped me a lot. I'll show you a slide later. Community of coaches in my country. So I think first week of the war, our trainers, they created a group in Telegram, Place of Power, and every Thursday at 10 a.m. they invited us to join a Zoom meeting and just to share where you now, what are you doing, so how's your condition, and they were sharing with us their thoughts, their advices. And the most important part of these gatherings was that everybody who were joining the meeting could share their thoughts and feelings. Someone was crying, someone was blaming on country, government, and so. But someone was just listening to their stories, their shares, and advices. And I remember that a few advices that I got there, I applied to my life. So because it was also like common question, how can I plan? Because I don't know what can happen next. Maybe even I'll start planning something and they will take me from me again. And the advice was start planning for the next day, maximum for the weekend or for the next week. Don't create plans for 3 months, for half a year, for 1 year, or 5 years. Just start planning a small plans because it will give you a sense of life, the meaning of life. So you will be focused on something that you need now. And I started to create my plans according to this advice, and this helped me a lot. So, and the community, so I have this slide with pictures of people. They're from all over Ukraine. And just before war, months, 1 month before, we had a big gathering where 70 people from all over the country came together to celebrate a birthday of academy, coaching academy. And this is absolutely amazing feeling when we can belong to community, when we can be part of something great and meaningful. And these people, during all these years, they are still, even now, they are still uh, having these gatherings on Thursday at 10 a.m. in this chat group, because we're still going on there, and people there, all over the world or even in the country, they still need this support. So the first thing that I would really like to share with you, that whenever someone is in maybe heavy situation, or something is happening with them, just a question, how are you? Because I got so many text messages. I don't want to bother you. Maybe you're not okay, so I will not text you. How are you? How is your family? But I would say these questions, how are you? Or how are you doing? Where are you now? It's a huge support. And you are not bothering. You are really supporting, because when you're thinking of someone, someone can feel that this connection, and this connection to the society, to the community, and to a group of people who united with the same idea to help others. Do you have any questions?
We had one question in the chat a little bit earlier, which goes to, why did you land up going to the countries that you went to? But if anybody has a question about community and what that means, please ask away, put your hand up.
I'll answer briefly on
Yeah.
why Italy. Italy, because it was something as a dream. In my mind, it was an idea that it's a perfect country where I would like to live, and it was my dream to visit. And even a few times I started to learn Italian, and I can speak a little bit Italian, and I can talk with Italians, and I can understand, but it's just the basic level. And the first idea in my mind when it happened to me, that I have to go to Italy. And then I just saw an invitation. One of my friends, she invited, she was telling us in a group of meditation group, that she can host everybody. When, if you want to come, please come. And then the next choice, Ireland and Canada, because of the language. I realized that any other country where I can go, I have to know the second language. And yeah, maybe the language was the main thing that influenced my decision.
Okay. Thank you for that. Some lovely compliments in the chat about being part of a community. We get a lot of strength from that. So let's roll this camera forward. So you land up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us that part of the story.
So, what I would like to share today also, and to give like the idea, but after some time, I started to observe myself, and thanks to coaching and thanks to my coach, I started to work on my plans for the future. And this is something that I want to cover today. So the first of all, know your communication stress style. Review your beliefs, power of coaching community. Every coach needs a coach. And create new plans, celebrate, create new connections, and remember that the world needs you, and offer your services, because your experience can be so beneficial for someone. And the first that I would like to share, maybe you know this stress styles of Virginia Satir, for stress styles when people are defending, so defensive communication stress. Whenever the stress situation is happening in life, people can react according to their style. And it's also, we can apply to a coaching session, because for some people can be a stress to meet someone new, to talk about something personal. And I saw this in so many people when war started, how people were reacting on circumstances. Someone was blaming, tried to create a lot of panic. Someone like implicating style started to create volunteers movements, started to help other people, just to deny their feelings and emotions. Some people are distracting style. They just didn't know what to do. So they were just creating panic, and they were just did some random things. Computing style, people, they are so focused, they are so maybe emotionless, or like people when they are not feeling emotions at all. So they are with a cold mind, they're just creating what they have to do. And of course, the perfect style is leveling. So it's something where we can go, so we can develop in ourselves. And I realized that my stress style is computing. During these years, I realized that I didn't allow myself to feel. I didn't allow myself to express emotions. I didn't allow myself to be sad. I didn't allow myself to be myself. So, and I was so focused on creating plans, create plans, follow plan, create plans, plan, act, and nothing else. And of course, when we are neglecting our emotions, sometimes they can stuck in our body, and it can create some diseases, or let's say not a good condition of our body. And when I came to Canada, I started to take care of myself, and I found a good masseuse. So I started to work with my body together with my mind. And after some time, I started to be more, let's say, happy, more open. I gave myself uh, peace, care, and love that I didn't allow myself to give when it started. And it's also, you can see when your clients are joining the coaching session, some of them, when you are asking questions, they can have this behavior. They can uh, let's say distracting style. They can start talking about everything, not about what you were asking. Or placating type, they can start talking about how they would like to help you, or and so. I would suggest you to go through this. Maybe it will be helpful for you to know more about yourself and how to communicate with your clients.
Thank you. So, any questions on those communication stress styles? And while we're waiting for that, we do have one question in the chat here, is how did you deal with fear? Brenda asked the question, how did you deal with fear when all of this was going on?
Fear, it's also emotion. And it didn't exist for me. I didn't allow myself to be scared. So I would respond like this.
Any any thoughts on that from anybody who's listening in? Any thoughts on the Satir defensive communication stress styles? Okay. Well, keep us going on this journey, Olena. What happened next?
So, and of course, you have to do review all your thoughts, beliefs, and your mindset. And something that helped me a lot, uh, these 5 principles of Milton Erickson. And I was repeating to myself that all people are okay. All people around me, the whole world is okay. Universe is okay. Everybody okay. Me, I am okay. And that really helped me not to cross the line to blame, to start blaming the world when it's not fair, like why it's happening. And also I knew that people have the resources they need, and I applied to myself that I have all resources, I have everything what I need, so I just have to act. And all these principles, it was so important on this transition way to the to now. And about now, I would add that still, even now, I know that I have only now, and even after 2 years, I cannot make plans for half a year, for 1 month, for a few months. Even sometimes people are asking me, "Would you like to meet in July?" I was like, "Of course, maybe," but somewhere deep inside of me, I know I have only now. Let's talk about July in July, and um, and this is my choice. And again, I'm going back to people are okay, and I am okay to feel like this. So no self judgment, no self criticize. I'm not criticizing myself. It's my choice, and this is the positive intention, not to create plans, because for me it's important to be where I'm now, in the resourceful and the very good condition, because when I have a lot of energy, I can create whatever I want.
So I'm just curious, Olena, thank you for sharing that. How much of these principles can, as you embodied them and acted on them, were related to what you learned from coaching?
It's an interesting question. I don't even know how to respond. I think it's just the basic. Uh, it's the basic for the attitude, or it's basic how we are interacting with people. And I think mm, so. I don't know what to
Does anybody recognize these as anything that you might bring into your own coaching? Right. Okay.
This is
Couple,
Peggy. This is Peggy.
please go ahead, Peggy.
I do, and Elena, I really resonate with some of the things that you're saying, not from anything that I've experienced, but I come from an area of the country, Canada, called Newfoundland, the most easterly point in the country, and we're very resilient people. We lived off the sea. We were dependent on the weather. You couldn't look to the next day. You just looked up in the sky and said, "Today's a good day. We'll make the best of it." And I think that's intrinsic to how I think about everything, because we were close to the land. As farmers are close to the land, our land was the ocean. So I think some of your way of being and your ways of coping with strategies came from the environment you were in. But I do wonder if they weren't almost born in you. It's part of your nature and your background. Anyway, thank you for sharing it.
Thanks, Peggy. You know, Olena, we had in our conversation that we had to what Peggy said, I'm curious about How much of what you learned in your meditation before you even became a coach, how much did that play into, there's some comments in the chat about your resilience and this way of being?
I would say that know yourself. As much better you know yourself, you are able to connect with your inner self and to react according to their circumstances. So, and this is, I would describe as a condition to be in a flow, because our mind is can be stuck with ideas, can be stuck with problems, can be stuck with something that is even not in present reality. So not in the present. Some our mind can be stuck in the past, in the future, and when we are connecting ourselves, with inner self, we're centering ourselves. We are able to see and to feel and to recognize the essence of the life. And I think many hours of meditation that I spend with my closed eyes help me to just to be connected with this world, with myself, and to act accordingly.
Okay. Any other thoughts on that before Olena takes us into the next exciting part of her story?
And I would say that meditation helped me to join the coaching and to meditation basically introduced me to coaching, because my first coaching session as a client was in India with one of my friends. So we were somewhere in Kerala. We had a conversation, and then she said that she is a coach, and I was like, okay, I want to have a coaching session. And after that coaching session, I realized that miracle happened to me. Everything what I wrote to myself in that small notebook uh, came true in few months. And then I was like, yes, exactly. This is something that I want to have. And all these miracles, I would say, happening to me during my life here in Canada. And as a client, I had coaching sessions with my coach almost every 2 weeks, every month. So we were creating a plan, we were creating a vision. And this is my pictures from the apartments where I lived in Toronto. And this is the result of the one of the coaching sessions. When I came here to Toronto, one of my friends from meditation, they hosted me for few weeks, and they gave me a basement, and we were talking with my coach about future, where I want to live, what I want to see, what I want to feel in my apartment. And that was so hard to imagine when you're sitting somewhere where you cannot see. And then she told me that imagine everything possible. And then I started to maybe just to believe that everything possible. And first came to my mind that I want to have an apartment with a view on the lake, and I want to have on the high floor, and I want to live close to the office. And my first apartment was in 10 minutes walk from my office. And that was, I think, the best moment in my life when I realized that this is exactly what I imagined. And then the second picture where I show the sunset, this is the moment. It was last year in May, I think May or June. It was that point where I achieved all my goals and plans that were created during my coaching sessions with my coach. And I appeared so I was in that moment where I didn't know what I can ask more, what I can achieve more, because I have everything. It's unbelievable feeling. It's unreal feeling when you are just writing down, you are working with your coach, and then in few months, sometimes in few weeks, you are getting what you want. And this is really even still I have the feeling that it's a miracle. And then we started to create our my bigger goals. We did a few coaching sessions with the visualization, so we started to imagine like 5 years, 10 years, where I want to be, whom I want to be, what I have to do. And one of the uh, coaching session that I had, she asked me many, many questions. And I remember my answer that I want to give a talk. I want to share, and I want to be in the environment where I can share. And now it's happening with me. So this is how it works. And maybe I will add a few more words about my coach. She is still in Ukraine, and she is in that part, you know, Kharkiv, where it's not safe. And two times we were having our coaching sessions, and then bomb fell, and then building were shaking, and she didn't show me any reaction. She was so calm. I was shocked, I was stressed, I was scared in that moment. And then she said, oh, let's continue, it's every day we have like this. And this is about, no matter what, offer your service to the world. The world needs you, because her support and her environment that she created for me during the coaching session, supportive, non-judgmental, and she gave me so much that I can share it with you now. For me, after these months, it sounds like a miracle, but it was hard work from her side as a coach and from my side as a client.
Oh, Olena, thank you. Now, anybody got any questions on that? Because there's
Yes,
Go ahead, please.
yeah, this is Inderpal, and well, the question that I have is, I've in my experience also, I've come across some clients who faced these challenges through Ukraine war and the Russia side of things as well. Now, the challenge that I feel is that it is very emotional, it's very intense, and it kind of becomes difficult or overwhelming for me as a coach in the moment. Uh, and it's like I feel that I cannot empathize because there is no way that I can even, you know, not even close to my imagination of what people are going through, and it becomes so intense. So from a coach perspective, from a coach lens, like you gave the example of your coach was calm in that situation, but she was also there. What advice would you have? You've been on both sides now of the story. What advice would you have for us coaches to kind of give in our best and do the best we can and should for our clients in such intense situations?
Thank you for your question. It's a good question. And I would say that it's a balance. Someone can experience this, but someone is still in a good and safe condition, in a safe place, in a safe country. And this balance need for create again balance. And the most important that we as a coaches can do, because I have also clients from Ukraine, but they're all over the world, and we are meeting a lot. Be available. This is something that I would suggest. Whenever they want you, they want this moment with you. They want someone who is calm. They want someone who is happy. They want someone who is transmitting love and support. You are in a good condition. Your state of mind is balanced. And when someone is in the balanced condition, the best way is just to be yourself, be in a coaching position, be available, accept the person, and just give space. Sometimes people, they just want to talk. Sometimes they just want to be heard. They want to share, and they don't need advices. Just support with your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Indipal, for that question. And Olena, as we move on here, there are some things that you've got to share with the group, and a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
The things that underpin who you are.
And something that coaching gave me, this is the ability to create rapport with people, and to find similarities, to find some common interest together with people, and to bring my best part to the group of people, and to be present with these people. And something that helps me a lot to create this connection with people, it's to ask questions, to be sincere, and to ask questions about themselves, about their life, about their stories, about their work. And sometimes I'm getting the feedback that, oh, I'm not so talkative, but with you, something different. I'm telling you the whole story of my life. And this is something that people will remember. And all these people you see on the pictures, it's my colleagues, it's friends, and my group from meditation in Toronto. And this is how important to create this connection and to maintain it. Also, it's when you have supportive environment, when you are happy to see these people, and when you are present with them, when you are here and now, it's so important. And you can be joyful, you can be grateful, you can have fun. And first, from coaching, it's to create a rapport, and then to be present, and to be with the open eyes, with open ears, and just to be with the person as during the coaching session. And then again, after some time, can miracle happen? Yeah.
So Olena, you came to Toronto. The story of the job is probably a story for another time, but what are the little, what is something that you do that's allowed other people at work to mirror back to you? Perhaps in the next slide.
Next slide. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. This skill I practiced from the very beginning of joining the coaching community. I knew that it's important to celebrate all our achievements and our accomplishments, everything that we are getting in our life. It's good to celebrate. And every month, first of my year, I invited some friends. I initiated some drinks out with my coworkers to celebrate every month being in Canada, being in Toronto, and I'm not only celebrating. Just day before, I'm creating their list. I'm doing review of the month. I'm doing the review of 3 months or half a year. What was the best moments I had in my life. And in my phone, in my notes, I have a lot of these notes with the best moment in my life. And when in October, it was my first year, 1 year in Canada, my coworkers, they bought a cake for me. They decorated my working space with balloons. So they really were happy to celebrate with me um, uh, my achievement, but they were more happy to organize this. And also doing the review of the year, I just took my notes and I collected all my 12 months experience and my achievements in Toronto. I created a huge list, 75 points, what I have as a memories, what I have as my life. And this is a very helpful tool that you can use with your clients, because whenever they have a low um, energy, or whenever they are down or don't feel well, just to go through their achievements, they can get the feeling who they are, because uh, getting these experiences is who they are real. And it's just a reminder that I can do this. That means I can do everything. So this is something that I applied in my life.
Thank you. And then as we sort of get to wrap this time with Olena together, she's got a lovely tool for us, and then she actually does have a final question. But perhaps, yes, there's another roadmap.
Yeah, so this is something that I just wanted to summarize. Know yourself, know your communication stress style, review your beliefs, work on your beliefs, then create your coaching community or join the coaching community. Work with your coach, create new plans. When your plans are not working, just create new, celebrate, create meaningful connections, and rapport builds relationship. And just remember that the world needs you. And the final question, if not now, when? Thank you.